Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a controversial view of Arsenic and Old Lace. Controversial View is the series in which Jason from Horrific Nightmares and I watch and discuss controversial movies and TV shows. The controversies vary from film to film and episode to episode. Since it's October, we watched yet another Halloween movie with a couple of controversies. Arsenic and Old Lace is a 1944 horror comedy directed by Frank Capra. It stars Cary Grant, Priscilla Lane, and Peter Lorre. This here, as you can see, is my Blu-ray edition from the Criterion Collection. And here's the back, because physical media matters. Set right on Halloween day and night, Arsenic and Old Lace follows Mortimer Brewster, played by Cary Grant. He has just gotten married to Elaine Harper, played by Priscilla Lane. The newlyweds rush home to inform their families before heading out on their honeymoon to Niagara Falls. Elaine's father is the local reverend, but Mortimer's family is completely insane. There's Teddy Brewster, who believes he's President Teddy Roosevelt. Then there's Mortimer's brother Jonathan, who may be an escaped mental patient and serial killer. And then, of course, there's Mortimer's aunts, who, unbeknownst to him, has a body count of their own. They've murdered 12 men and have their bodies buried in the basement. Peter Lorre, by the way, plays Jonathan's doctor and accomplice in escaping the asylum. He has surgically altered Johnny's face, and now he looks like Boris Karloff. And that, my friends, is where the first controversy lies. This movie was based off of the Broadway play of the same name. In the stage version, Boris Karloff played the Jonathan character. He was eager to star in this film adaptation as well, but his contract would not allow him to. Almost 2 decades later, though, in 1962, he did get to play in the TV version. Fortunately, Karloff did allow Warner Brothers to use his name and likeness in this film. Because of that, it became a running gag. Jonathan, played by Raymond Massey in the movie, is insulted every time someone comments on him resembling Boris Karloff. It's a shame Karloff couldn't do it, but Massey did a great job as Johnny. And with the makeup, he really did look like him. Cary Grant was fantastic as well as Mortimer, but controversially, he hated his performance. He felt his acting in this film was horribly over the top. Originally, Ronald Reagan was offered the lead role, but he turned it down. This is ironic, since the movie makes quite a few references to presidents, most especially Teddy Roosevelt. Of course, Reagan would go on to become president nearly 4 decades later. Speaking of which, while Arsenic and Old Lace was released in 1944, it actually filmed in 1941. With less than a week to go before filming ended, director Frank Capra enlisted in the U.S. Army. This was prompted by the attack on Pearl Harbor 5 days prior. He did receive an extension, however, to report for active duty in mid-January. This gave him time to finish editing the movie. Still, Warner Brothers would not officially release it until late September 1944. This was good timing, since just over a month later, it would be Halloween. And as I said, Arsenic and Old Lace is a Halloween film. If you watch it, you'll see right away in the opening credits that it's a Halloween movie. I love the Halloween artwork in the opening credits. It really sets the tone. There is also an awesome scene featuring trick-or-treaters later. I love those vintage costumes. There are jack-o'-lanterns, and the house is right next to a cemetery. Arsenic and Old Lace has an incredible Halloween atmosphere. This was achieved on set by using dim lighting throughout the film. And speaking of the setting, at the time, Warner Brothers announced the Brewster house was the largest set ever built at the studio. The house was complete room by room with every detail. While that fact might not be controversial, I found it interesting, so I thought you might too. The last controversy I do want to discuss, however, is the fact that the story was inspired by a real-life serial killer. Mortimer's aunts were based on Amy Archer Gilligan. She was considered by many to be America's most prolific female serial killer. She was charged with the poisoning deaths of her 2 husbands. Gilligan was also allegedly responsible for the deaths of 66 other elderly inmates at her nursing home. Her weapon of choice? You guessed it, arsenic. That was a bold story to take on in the 40s. But Arsenic and Old Lace perfected it. It's a classic Halloween horror comedy. Jason and I watched it, and you should too. This is just my controversial view. Please be sure to check out Jason's as well. Have you seen Arsenic and Old Lace? If so, what do you think of it? Comment below and let me know. Which controversial movie or TV show will we discuss next? Check back soon to find out. Until then, remember, physical media matters. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind. Subscribe.